Well, hello, BBs, and thank you so much for joining me this Friday evening. Thank you, anybody that's watching on the playback. Hello, hello, Peter Princess. Thanks for being here. So, tonight we are going to catch up with our girl, Chantal, as she appears to be just flaunting it in people's faces at this point that she fully took advantage of a disabled child. So, um, at this point, I have to believe, for the sake of humanity, that it's rage baiting, but you really never can tell. We have a Bone Daddy with us tonight. He's not working, so I thought, as a special treat for all of our precious BBs, we would maybe have him come say a quick hello a little bit later. So, all right, well, let's see what we're in for today, shall we? Forgot to mention this is Barbecue Chilling's video, so a big thank you to them. It's a struggle to literally just
Hello. Hey, Orange, Scrape, Anna, Lauren, Cheeseburgers, Allie, Brooke. Whoa, I got chicken teriyaki. Look at this. Yum. Hi, Foodie. I'm a Muslim woman in Dubai. Your face and hijab looks really bad. Please try to fix this for your benefit, inshallah. Thank you. I know I look awful right now. Honestly, I don't know how long I'm here for. Man, I'm feeling more geriatric by the day. You thought that? La, 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 la. I have no idea how the emergency services work. I mean, there must be addresses. I don't know. I don't know. I never see like an address posted like 123 Maple Street, like on the house. I don't know. I've never seen. I floss every day. I have my floss there. I can show you. I mean, I don't floss every day, but when I remember, I actually flossed today.
Bitch, when do you think the last time she actually flossed was? Years, if ever, is my guess.
So yeah, I'll be excited to see what car. We need a car there because honestly, not just for us. Like we help a lot of people with the car too, and also, um, like hitchhikers. But it's not hitchhikers like in the West. Like this is like a normal way of life thing between villages. I have not left the I have not left the hotel. Okay, note to self: do not eat teriyaki sauce because
Hi, Keziah. Thanks for being here, BB.
how did they not see this? I'm not supposed to have this power bank, especially Anchor. And they combed through every single piece of my stuff. Oh no! So love will be mad if they throw it out. It's a power
Otter
bank.
girl, thanks for being here, BB. Wonder if she packed her
Yeah,
new
but in
Dr.
Syria
Dento
they said
toothbrush.
no, you can't bring any power banks with that. They shot out my hijab pins. They shot out my razors. They shot out my sharpener for my eyeliners, which I wasn't happy about.
M. Johnson, thanks for being here, BB.
Whoops. But you never thought you'd see that tattoo again. This friggin' shirt. Sorry. They said we cannot have any Anchor products for some reason. Yeah, that's the law's power bank. He'll be mad if they pitch it.
What the hell was that? A freaking inhaler? Jesus.
Yeah, that's the law's power bank. He'll be mad if they pitch it. I don't see why they would pitch it. I think that's only leaving Syria to here. Qatar, they don't really.
Not as a non-medical professional, I'm going to take a wild stab that says that the reason she can't breathe is probably not because of asthma. Probably has something to do with the blood clots in her lungs, or perhaps the excess weight on your chest. Peter Princess, long-acting inhaler that she's using wrong. Yeah. Why doesn't that surprise me? Cookie, hey Boneyard, I've been looking for a new vid. I'm new here. Do you have a schedule? No. I truly wish I was that organized, Cookie. I think as we do more and more of these live streams, I will try to develop a schedule, but I work full time. I have a small child. So I try to just come on here as I can when I think it would be appropriate, at least for some people to be able to watch. I also try to make sure, there isn't 20 other live streams going on at the same time, but seems like Jordy streams every day, so it's kind of hard to not conflict with him. Not like I'm stealing his audience members. He's got thousands, but I'm so happy to have each and every one of you here with me. So
Here. First sip of coffee of the day at 11 p.m. Oh, please. So every single thing we buy in life is going to be Sas's money. Like, I didn't know you could fund a whole renovation, traveling for a few weeks on $1,000, K-Love, but nice try. Like, there's no way. I can understand. I can actually understand.
why she's trying to be so smug is insane to me. And how she is trying to act like she doesn't realize exactly what she's portraying here. Like, she knows damn well, as stupid and fat brained as these bitches are, damn well she knew what the outcome was going to be of her doing all this. She knew that there was going to be accusations that she was using the money for Sasa to do all this. And it seems like she's just trying to rub it in our faces. So I hate to feed into the rage bait, but I love a nice opportunity to just go at these heifers. So Keziah, it's a 3 a.m. there. Oh, geesh. Well, I appreciate you fighting the sleepy time hours for us, BB. Rebecca Tracy, thank for being here, BB.
Because, like, obviously, after raising money for her school, I travel into like a hotel, and I get that, but no, it's not. I would never in a million years ever do that. Plus, besides which, it's just not enough to fund a trip. Like,
of course, with her complete and utter stone morality, she would never dream of doing something like that. Of course not.
the flight was like $900. How am I going to stay at a hotel? Like, there's no way. Because how do you know the money went to her schooling? Okay, not all of the money is going to her tuition fees. Some of it's just going to go to transportation, outfits, supplies, whatever they need. Like, it's going to them. But she is going to be in school.
Keziah, the only way she can get attention is to cause outrage, I think. Yeah. We've said it before. These bitches don't care if it's good or bad attention. And I think all of the attention that Amber's been getting and taking the main focus off of Chantal, she's not too happy with that. Peter Princess, the snark is sometimes necessary to decompress from the real world. Yes, absolutely. 100% true. Cookie, she looks like a complete fool with that oversized sock on her head incorrectly. Her face and head is huge. Yeah, and the funny thing is, too, she thinks that it's like slimming her down, like we don't understand what lies beneath.
Like I said, we can post updates of her being in school and stuff. Do I have a nice view out the window? Not really. I mean, it's okay, but it's nothing too special, Margie. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, they'll let her on camera.
PETA,
Yep.
I'm going to guess it's because she
I
always
guess
does them
so.
last
It was
minute,
they
but who
consented to
knows
it.
what the truth
I can
is.
get why some people are mad, but it is what it is. Like, I'm tired of people honestly like pocket watching every little thing only whenever I need help for somebody or for something, and it's just like, if I post a receipt, oh, it's fake. You had time to make that up. Like, it's just never ending, and I just want it to end. No, I think if I need help for something, I'm not going to make any promises, and if people don't trust me, they don't have to donate. That's it. I would never take money from a child in need after their parents asked me to help them. Said, can you do a live with Sasa? Maybe people will want to help. She needs help with school, and that's when we learned about that. And
Not trying to compare like a cat to a kid, but if you're willing to grift for an innocent young animal, absolutely you can believe that you would do it for a child. And she doesn't even like kids, so shut the fuck up.
I said, sure, why not? And I knew. I said, you know what? I said to Salah, think of all the haters. They're going to accuse us of being scammers. They're going to like
Exactly, because
and
she
you know
could
what?
have
He said, who
just
cares what
paid
they
for it
say?
herself
And that's it.
and saved herself the
So
drama.
whatever. Like, no, my breathing is worse since being here.
Ooh,
Oh,
we got a costume change.
maybe the AC constantly. When I get back, I'm going to see the doctor and try to control my diabetes. I kind of did make up with Shannon. Yeah, we talked when I was in Canada. You know, we've been friends for a really long time, so yeah, we pretty much talked it out. We're fine. We're okay. It's hard when you've had love for somebody for that many years to just turn it off. Yeah, Carolina.
Well, that's an interesting development. Obviously, I saw it in the title of Barbecue Chillin's video where Foodie Beauty and Shannon are friends again, but I don't know. I always I always have a theory that if you're that easily going to go after each other, how good was the friendship to begin with? You know? I don't really have too many opinions on Shannon, but I'm birds of a feather, as they say.
Like we talked when I was in Canada online, but I didn't see her or anything like that. I don't talk to her. I haven't talked to her since Canada. But if I'm completely honest, I think if I told her not to tell something, I don't think she would. Like I don't think she would tell somebody like something I really don't want her to. Just because I've known her for so long and she's never done something like that to me. And I think she was just really like caught up with being online and really upset about the swordfish and like really scared for me because she's been in really bad abusive relationships. And I was really mad, but I then became more mad. It wasn't just her telling, it was her turning to you know who. I brushed my teeth. No difference. Actually, I'm just gonna wash these in the sink and bring you guys with me. I have to wash my hijabs.
Bone Daddy FFG said she hadn't spoken to Shannon in over a year the other night on live. Okay, well, that makes sense.
Every night, oh, there's a stain here. Gotta get it out.
Don't let him fool you, Rebecca. He's already got one that he's drinking downstairs. He's fine. But what a lovely gesture to offer us all some tea.
I can't stand having sweaty stuff, so I have room service ketchup on this one. That's good. Oh, come on, what's not?
Was she washing a giant pair of underwear?
Yeah.
Raven Lunatic, thanks for being here, baby. The School for Down Syndrome Students in Syria is paid for by Heroic Hearts Org. Interesting. Now, I try not to weigh in on things that I have absolutely zero knowledge about, but if that's true, doesn't surprise me. Not at all. Peter Princess, seriously, why would you show you're washing your underwear on a live stream? Well, apparently, I'm glad we all were coming to that conclusion, but apparently it's a hijab. So, trying to prove the haters wrong. She does wash them.
Hang it here.
Probably the first time she's washed it since she bought it, but yeah.
This is the bathroom. And I brought my own toiletries. I don't know. I think that's a bidet. I'm not sure. If you want to
No,
room service while you're
never,
on the
PETA.
job,
We got to stay on
then you can.
her neck, okay?
What is this for? I hope, coming here on a break doesn't mean that if we had our home and it didn't need reservation, I wouldn't have come here. I didn't come here just for AC. I needed to be alone a lot, mostly. And he said, why don't you stay in a hotel in Syria? Because they're about, for a place with AC, it's about 150 a night US for a fancy 5-star in Damascus. And I just don't want to, it would just be more, it made more sense for long-term stay to come somewhere that's a bit cheaper.
Did anybody figure out where she's at? Is it Doha? Is that where she's actually staying for a while? I really haven't been paying attention.
For more comforts, How many days do you think I should go without getting my room cleaned? Like, what do you guys think? 3 consecutive days. So tomorrow will be day 2. So I should get it done tomorrow, maybe, just so I don't, It's still clean though. I just have to put the garbage. Like, just there's like a few cans. That's it.
Hey, bone
You have the car?
babies. Thanks for being
Yay!
here,
You're
Mags.
gonna
Happy
pick
to
me up at
have
the
you.
airport, sweet love?
First of all, just this look. It really reminds me of the days she would seal on the llama. Rebecca, she's on the highway to hell. If only. If only. Raven, Children Down Syndrome Center. The center is supported by organizations like Hero Hearts Org, collaborating with partners such as OHSU. Okay. I'm assuming that's your cited sources. Good to know, BB. Thank you. Peter Princess, Memories of Thailand. Yeah. Honestly, memories of anywhere she goes. Like, it kills me that this bitch just goes all these places and just rots in her room because she can't do anything. Keziah, Doha. Okay. That's what I thought. I know that she had done that one room tour, but I wasn't sure if she was still there.
No, I don't feel bad leaving Salah because it's things I can't do. When I go back, I'll help him with things I can do. Does he know how to build stuff? He doesn't really have to build stuff, but yeah, he knows how to do stuff. He's pretty handy. He's a handyman. I like handyman. Obviously, I would prefer him to be with me, but it's not possible. That's okay. I'm not going to be here for long. I wonder if Salah will get the AC or not.
Did she really just say that he's a handyman? I can definitely see him over there doing all the work himself. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, okay. Oh my god.
I'm on vacay from Syria. Yeah, I am. Salah has to renovate, and yeah, I'm here for AC and food, so I'm here till the house is pretty much finished. I wonder if I should publish one of my mukbangs. I only do mukbangs when there's nothing else to do, pretty much. Dude, did you have to fly to this place you're in now? Yeah. 2 hours, 50 minutes, bees. Chantal, our culture is exhausting. Non-stop food visit, 2-hour coffee visits. Yeah, at the same time, it's very nice. People are so hospitable. But there was a few days straight of just not even having a moment alone to complete a single cameo for a few minutes. For example, I was just like, it was constantly with people, and it was just really...
You poor thing. You poor thing. I mean, sure, there's just people being completely destroyed, homes, lives, but Chantal doesn't have a moment's peace to do her cameos, you guys. Feel sorry for her. Thank God she has a reprieve in the AC now. Oh, thank goodness. Rebecca, it's a long way to the shop if you want a something wrong. I love that. That's hilarious. There's somebody else that I know that really loves to change the lyrics to words, and he's in this chat right now, and his name rhymes with Shmom Shmatty. Otter girl, I can't see Salah fixing anything, not even the broken fan from Kuwait. Yeah, he seems less than capable. I mean, truly, I'm worried about the fact that he's driving a vehicle on the road, but wrong, PETA. That's all he knows how to do.
It was just, I was just exhausted. And I'm like, if you're going to be renovating the house, why don't I just go somewhere then? And take a break and a rest. Oh, no.
I thought Salah offered for her to leave, which is it?
I don't want you to leave. Well, I really think this would be good for me.
Also, God forbid her be there to help do anything, Oh, no. She's only a 41-year-old woman that should, by all accounts, be capable of doing things, but she's a complete invalid thanks to her own actions. Kimberly, thanks for being here, baby. He is such a slacker. He will put up with anything to keep his ATM. Dad must be proud. Yeah, and I have a feeling that's probably who's funding some of these escapades of theirs, other than the most recent scam. Peter Princess, they are very family oriented in the Middle East. She hasn't been able to assimilate into society. No, and really, by all accounts, she's very antisocial. She just doesn't want to be bothered.
Oh, he's handling it better than me. he doesn't mind. I said, how do you feel? Do you like being around people 24/7? And he's like, after a while, I like some space, but we don't have much privacy, you know. So having our own place will be better. I mean, I'm with Salah all day, but he would have to take off, you know, and tend to things about the house and stuff. And I was just like, if you're just gonna be leaving me, you know, with all kinds of company.
Cookie, she should be there at least supporting her handsomest husband, but instead she flees. Yeah, she could be there to rub his shoulders after his long day of arduous work, but no, she needs to go be comfy in the AC and stream from her bed all day.
All day when I'm tired, I will just travel. If you don't sit and smile, they get insulted. I was really crappy one time when I refused to go visit someone, and like I feel like they thought I was rude maybe a bit, but
Bitch, you are rude. Shut
I was
up.
like, I can't. I physically can't. Plus, I was getting burnt out with all the visiting. The day that we were visiting Sasa's schools, it was really hot that day, and we were going from town to town. It is a culture thing, and I was so tired. I was still feeling very ill, and we stopped in about three different people's houses. I think it was the fifth
I
person
agree
because
because
we
I
kept stopping, and it was hot, and I was really tired and wanted to go home. And we stopped.
you said ladies in Syria gave her the best chance ever to actually learn how to run a home. No one else will ever teach her now. Yeah, I agree. And you know what? It's truly the first time that we saw her be part of the culture, part of the actual community where she was interacting and actually welcomed. And of course, she's completely oblivious to that. She takes it completely for granted and just like, I'm tired of being around people.
And I was like, where are we stopping now? And then they stopped at this place that just like somebody's house, they knew another person, and they wanted me to go in and say hi and everything. And I just like was like, no, I can't. I'm too tired. So I hope they didn't think I was rude, but like I have limitations on my social abilities. I waited in the car with Salah. Yep. And I still feel bad. So when we got home, I said, can you translate that? I'm really sorry about that. It's just that like I'm not used to all of the attention. I'm not used to visiting, you know, so many people in one day. I don't even visit my family. Like when I was in Canada, I would see my family once in a while, not that much. That's okay. Who cares?
Oh, how did I do that? Can you guys hear me now? Jeez, I don't even know what I did. I literally have no idea. I didn't even touch anything. So, Lord, I don't even know where we left off here. Oh, maybe with Cookie. Um, thanks for your patience, everybody, and thank you for letting me know because I would have just been going on and on. What I find funny too about her with the whole trad wife thing is she tried to make the comment about I have so much more to offer than any young wife that Salah might be able to get. Well, yeah, the money. That's about it. Everyone's been going through the muting thing. Yeah, I was gonna say I checked my like the last one of the last lives where I had the little flat button touched on the back of my mic. I even looked there. I'm like, oh no. So yeah, it must be YouTube because I'm in StreamYard and you actually have to go and click to mute. So sorry everybody, but thank you for your patience. You're good, Queen Bone. Thank you, BB.
Me, literally every family holiday, right? Yes, an introvert and an extrovert culture. Yeah, only human. I don't mean to be rude, but and that's why I'm better off here because he would be leaving me from day to night while he's at the house. I mean, I'd be in the way there. I think it's all dudes. I'd have to stay with the ladies back at home, and there's no translator, and there's like a million kids, and it's
And
just
she hates women and children. So you think she's going to volunteer for that? Hell no. She's not going to do anything that she does not absolutely have to do. But she'll go all the way to Syria to make sure her man ain't getting the goods from anybody else. I mean, not like he's getting them from her, but you know what I mean.
it's hard. It would be really hard for me. So yeah, that's why I'm like, if you're going to be working on the house, I may as well just go and rest. Hey, Monique.
Aiden,
and we'll have our own place set up, and I
yeah,
don't have to worry.
her and Amber
Kids make
both.
those noise.
I'm
And they
thankful for
love
that
me.
every
I love
single
them too.
day.
They're very cute, but it's exhausting. I don't know how they do it all day. But one time they were like all on me. There were 6 kids on me, and one screamed really loud right in my ear. And I looked at Salah because we were talking about me going away for a bit, and I was like trying to convince him. And I looked at him, and he just, I think he understood at that very moment.
3 days ago.
And Salah was like, probably be better for you to go rest in a hotel because I'm going to be very busy with the house. And you could see I was getting pretty exhausted, not feeling well.
Oh, so conflicting stories. I love when Barbecue Chill and Apathetic Facts and all of them put together these videos where we can just see the contradictions play out real time. So which one is it, Heifer? Were you trying to convince him to let you go, or was he the loving husband who's just concerned for your well-being, saying you need a rest? You've been doing so many things. Please. No, if anything, he's probably like, bitch, get out of my hair. I can't stand you. I need a break from you. You're needy as fuck.
All the kids, noise and heat, yeah, constantly, like day and night. So after a while, I was like, I just need a bit of a break because we were staying with them because
Exactly, because
people who had a lot of kids and stuff, because we had to leave that stuffy apartment. We didn't want to pay another month of rent because we were moving into his house. He's my sweet love. He's gonna pick me up. I was afraid I'd have to take the bus again or something.
that would be far too
The
much
thing is, the
effort for
airport's
her,
not right
PETA.
downtown Damascus, so he should be fine. Sweet love. I can't wait to see the new car. The one we had was, this one is like 8 years newer. 8 years newer than the one we had. Hopefully it runs a lot better and doesn't. We got stranded. The car broke down once. The one we had, and we just stopped wherever we were and had a picnic and like
a romantic broke down car picnic. Wow, sounds like you're having a great life. Good job, Aiden. I wish Julie didn't have to go through so much BS though. Yeah, the innocent animals and children are the only ones I feel sorry for in these stories here. Mother of Dragons, good evening, everyone. Thanks for being here, BB.
Field. After it broke down once, I'm like, you have to sell this. Like, there's no way. I think ours was like 2008, and now we have, I think, a 2016 or something. Well, the house was his, so it's not like he just bought it. It's not like he bought it. It's a family home. The car, we just pretty much sold the old one.
So was it just sitting empty? Like, how's that work?
To pay like a little bit of a difference, like maybe a few thousand or something. Not much, but we need a car. Like, we have to. That's a necessity in Syria. If you can. I didn't. It's not me doing well. I didn't buy the car at all. It was all Salah's money from Kuwait. So it's because he sold the car and then we had no car for a bit. So we were getting a ride in this like old. Oh my gosh. It was a truck that when you start it, it will move even if the brakes on. They don't. By the way, they don't care there really about road rules. Like, you don't have to wear your seatbelt ever. if they stop you, they just make sure the car is not stolen. They don't even ask you for your license. Like they don't care if you have one or not. Like it's
I
really
mean, honestly, that could probably be said about anywhere. You don't technically have to wear a seatbelt. It's for your own benefit. I mean, I know in my state it's a law, but
different. There's not really a lot of stability with government. That's why. So um, I had my IV when I was at the hospital, and we got picked up in that truck from someone Solano's, and it started moving, and I almost fell on my ass with the IV. It was bad. Hopefully, see you tomorrow. Okay.
what was that? All right. We've got 2 more videos to watch. So we're gonna watch the this one here that shows where she broke furniture apparently, and then Foodie herself actually released one that we'll watch, I think, of her cooking, maybe. I forget.
She make it clap, clap, clap. She make it clap, clap, clap.
The same curve. I always run over that.
Oh my god, I haven't watched this intro in so long.
Wow. Wow. I'm not leaving Syria forever. I'm just taking a bit of a break.
Okay, now just for clarity, I believe that this one we're watching now was actually in the timeline before the one we just watched. So I think she's still at the hotel, but Peter Princess, as an ER nurse, many lives have been saved with a simple seatbelt. Absolutely. Wear your seatbelts, BBs, and wear sunscreen, and don't smoke. That's our soapbox for the day.
I cannot travel. I don't know if you're aware, but Syrian passport, they can only travel certain places. And the GCC are not one of them. But more importantly, I just wanted to be in some AC. Hey, Melly. I feel like I was getting heat exhaustion. Like, being fat is a huge factor. You know, like it's, oof. Like I went overboard today with eating. And now I think, oh no, my life is over. Like I just ruined all the progress I made. But I have to just keep going, you know? What did you get? Outback. And I did a mukbang video, but I'll release it later. I have to edit a whole bunch of things. I just went overboard with food. Outback, 2 pot noodles. What's the plan? You mean for when I'm here? I don't know. I gotta make a plan. I should try to get some content. I mean, I won't have the opportunity to eat like anything that I really love for a long time after. So Salah understands diabetes very well, yeah, because he has some family members that have it. He's always on my case about my pills, and he'll get like actually mad if I don't take my pills. And like a child, sometimes I lie. I'm like, yeah, I did, because I know I don't want to hear it from him, because he'll be like,
ew. Her comparing herself to a child in her relationship, with her relationship with her husband will never cease to be the creepiest shit I've ever heard. It's not bad enough that you infantize yourself to him and you've said he's like a father figure. The dynamic, the more and more that we learn behind the scenes, it's just like
he'll rag me out for like 5 effing minutes. I should just take them, I know, but sometimes I forget. I'm thinking of like trying to have all my favorite foods. The problem is when I got to Syria, like everyone is excited to feed you. Like I feel so bad refusing, because when you refuse food, they look at you like almost like it's a rude thing. And they don't really ask if you want something first. They just bring it to you. Like someone will bring me a huge plate of watermelon, and I told them, you know, like I have a sugar problem, but they don't think that it will affect me. Oh, it's just watermelon, or like somebody made rice pudding, and I'm sure there's sugar in that plus the rice, and they're like, oh, it's just a little sugar. It won't hurt you. Like, you know, I don't think they really realize, you know, foods that won't raise my blood sugar. But the thing is like my kidneys are not the healthiest. So I was told also by one doctor that eating too many high protein foods will also not be the best for the kidneys. So it's like you have to think of all your organs. So maybe I can just have like moderate protein, like enough, you know, and then try to eat more.
well, damn, bitch, they're telling you all this stuff and you do what? The exact opposite and just eat whatever you want in mass quantities and fast food every day? Cool. Why are you even talking about this? You're not going to listen to anybody's advice anyway. So
more fresh vegetables. I gotta get more vegetables in. I know I seem like privileged, and probably people think I have like all kinds of money and stuff. We do because I'm traveled, but no, it's a frugal trip. There's meal deals for like 25 reals a day, which would be like maybe $8. I'm trying to be frugal. Like living with a lot of people stresses me out. You know what stresses me out? The scene in Home Alone at the beginning where they have all the family over and they're all running around, and oh my gosh, that would be like I would rather hang out in hell. Just like with this, just being around so many people is stressful. But I got to get used to it. I got to assimilate to the culture as well. Oh my gosh, yeah, they do watch me for sure. There came a point I tried to like hide my
talking about
YouTube, and there
Sasa's
came a
family
point
for everyone not looking at the
um
screen.
because I didn't want to have to. I didn't know how they would react, but they were very understanding, and they didn't really like you whatever you're who you were in the past, whatever. And they were like
Ashley Griffin, thanks for being here, BB. Who in the right mind would take health advice from her? No one. I swear these freaking idiots just talk to hear themselves speak, but it's the same with Amber. Anytime she tries to give like diet advice or like, this is what you do and here's your calories and this, it's like, excuse me, 600-pound woman, please take a seat. We don't need a single piece of advice from you. Thank you. Lucia, thanks for being here, BB. Why the defiance of taking necessary medication? It's like her oppositional defiance disorder on anything. Anytime somebody tells her to do something, she wants to do the damn opposite. So even if it's to her own detriment. So love that for her.
what was your channel name? And then that's when obviously. And one time I went over, and Sasa, she likes to watch on her mom's mobile, right? Always on the mobile watching whatever on YouTube. And she can't differentiate between a hater channel and my channel, right? She just sees my face and she goes, Miriam. So I went over and she showed me the mobile and she went, Miriam. And it was one of the stupid.
Aw, that's actually like so sweet, but the fact that it's about Chantal makes me want to do things that are not nice.
Documentaries from one of the stupid losers. And I was like, oh, no, la, la, la. No, give me that. And she just plays that one. So you're welcome for Sasa's ad revenue, you stinking loser. I don't remember which one it was. And Salah, he's like, let's show them our Salah and Chantal channel on the TV with the whole family around and everything. And I was like, are you insane? I'm like, do you not realize when you pull up the channel, they're going to see all the hate channels about us? He didn't even care. He just did it anyways.
How about the fact that the content they'd be watching is some of the cringiest shit that's ever been discovered throughout humanity? Now, maybe it wouldn't translate because, they're not speaking English fluently, but it's not hard to see the interactions between the two of you and how you're both freaking weird, creepy robot idiots. So probably why I wouldn't want to be showing off that content if I was you to people that I knew in real life, but and that's just me and my common sense. By the way, I have an entire series on my channel called Let's Get Awkward, where we basically laugh at the two of them acting like, I don't even know how to describe it, that they're in love, but they're just staring at the camera talking to us the entire time. Meanwhile, they have like cousins that I just met at the family reunion for the first time in 20-year energy. So
Sure enough, right under watch next, there was like a video, like really bad thumbnail of us. They just ignored it. I think they're just too polite. They don't care, whatever. So that was a big relief. That's something normal in the West. People use SE, you know what? Schmexuality. I don't know if I can get banned for that word, but for as income, as a means of making money, So, and I wanted a slice of the pie, even if it was people laughing at me. It's really hard to sleep sometimes in Syria because, especially at our apartment, the bed was like on this huge frame. It was a huge bed frame with a huge headboard. It was nice looking, but it was so creaky. Like even just for Salah, and I thought I was gonna break it. Oh, I broke a chair. I broke a plastic chair at Noor's.
oh my God, of course she broke a freaking chair. The amount of money that I would pay to watch that go down. You just know it was probably like the slowest collapse too. Like it wasn't like a fast thing. It probably slowly collapsed under her and she was just unable and unwilling to stop it. And it was probably like as she went down.
Sitting on a chair. It was a plastic like deck chair. And I felt it like slowly going down. And then
Same, PETA. I can't think
and
of
a piece
something
of
more
plastic, like a
embarrassing.
projectile, flew in my head on my head.
Okay, never mind. I can think of a lot of things more embarrassing. Like your so-called husband cheating on you with one of your beezers and talking about like pooping on them and stuff. That's probably worse. So
It shattered. The one leg shattered. It was like hard plastic. I felt so bad. I'm like, I'll buy you a new chair. She's like, no, it's okay.
it shattered. You shattered the bitch. So was there like pieces of plastic like projectiling to those around you? I can see people being like, "Oh my eye!"
Okay.
Freaking Chantal, menace to
But,
society wherever
I don't
she
like breaking
goes.
people's furniture. Yeah, it actually didn't fall on the ground. I was lucky, but one of the legs like burst and one of the projectile piece of plastics hit me in the head. Yeah.
Oh, so she maimed herself with the
I broke another
projectiles.
chair.
Good, good.
I've broken a lot of furniture in my life, and I screamed. Like there was a living room full of people, and I screamed, and everyone just.
I told you, it was. "Yeah!" And I'm sure Sala probably just sat there, didn't get up to help. It was probably another 7 or so men in the room that had to help hoist her up.
like looked at me. Oh my god. Yeah, recently. How embarrassing. I know. I was like, oh shit. I don't usually get embarrassed, but this time I felt my face get really hot. I mean, I am human, I guess. But I mean, they made me feel okay about it because another woman that's there, that's kind of big, she said that she broke one of those chairs too recently and fell on her back.
100%, Ashley. You know
And
damn
Syria.
well that goofy
good for
laugh
you,
was
Leah.
ringing out.
This trip isn't that expensive actually, and it's very necessary. So, yes, it's worth it to me. Yes, Outback is a priority. You're right. Actually, I got $10 off, so it was a good deal.
Fun fact, fun Ragebone fact. I like to give you guys a tiny little true fact about my life every once in a while since you don't get to stare upon my face. One of my first jobs was being a waitress at Outback. And yeah, their food's pretty good. Bloomin' onion, anybody? Extra crispy.
And I did a mukbang, so I'm gonna make that money back, Leanne. A balcony? No, we're main level, so but we have a pretty huge, like yard. That's like walled in, so there's no way Julia can escape. So and there's like a gate. There's like a door with a gate, so she'll be able to go.
To be completely fair, Aiden, you said, imagine that happening in front of everyone and thinking, yeah, that's my wife. He's probably thinking that at every second of every day when he has to be associated with her in front of anybody. Like, just look at her. She looks like she could be his mother and all the other elements. So her falling down in front of everyone was probably just the icing on the cake at that point. I love blooming onions. Yeah, me too. They're so damn good. And they're like 5,000 calories. Now, Rebecca, if you are actually Australian, I would assume that you probably have a guttural reaction to people being like, oh my God, let's go to Outback. Because it's literally made. I think the restaurant chain was made by like 4 Americans that had never even been down. What am I saying? Been to Australia. So. Bone Daddy, his embarrassment in public is probably unmatched by anything in history. Yeah. I mean, Syrian history for sure. Peter Princess, it's a once a year thing. Yeah, we have one not far from where we live, but the one I used to work at, but yeah, we don't really go there too much. Mags, and she be looking rough, bro. Yeah. Not just that. I mean, she's truly a spectacle wherever she goes. Like it's crazy to me. Rebecca, actual Aussie, yeah, American. We don't go. Tourists do. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure there's little to no elements of actual Australia in the actual restaurant.
outside, and she can't scale that wall. It's like a big cement wall. She won't be able to scale it, so I'm gonna put some seating, like floor seating. Thanks for the money, but bye.
Wait, what
So
did
every
you
little
say?
thing I buy in my life, seating, like floor seating. Thanks for the scale it, so
You'd be surprised
I'm
how
gonna
well
put some
cats
seating,
can
like
climb
floor
a
seating.
cement wall.
Thanks
Yeah,
for the money,
especially
but
if they're trying
bye.
to get away from this heifer.
So every little thing I buy in my life is gonna be accused of being Sass's money for how long? Like, how much do you really think we made? No one cares, Chantal. Yeah, seriously, stay mad about it. Nobody cares. Like, if she's in school,
Aiden, I'd be numb to embarrassment too if I was caught sexting a fan online, talking about using the bathroom on each other. Yeah, honestly, does it get any lower? I mean, okay, I'm not trying to really put this out there, but it could have gotten worse if he was like accused of being like a PDF file. That to me is like the only way you could possibly go lower. But I mean, she did just recently have predators in her chat talking about a disabled child. So are we really that far? Is the gap really, that we're closing the gap here, people?
and has her outfits, her supplies, transportation. You don't need to know anything else. Thank you. Bye. Bye bye.
All right. So we've got that one out of the way. Now, as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, we do have a special guest tonight who wanted to give a very brief, possibly unhinged hello to everyone because he's not at work today. So, as I have revealed, our Bone Daddy, our moderator in the chat, that is my partner, my baby daddy. He's home today. I thought maybe just as a little special little thing for all our little babies in the chat who are so awesome and come to our lives, we would just give him a quick hello. So he's here with me now. I just made him come upstairs.
Hey, all you bone baddies out there. Hope you're all having a wonderful Friday evening. Just wanted to come in and say hello to you all. And now I will probably be retiring back to my lair.
Yeah, get back down there.
But just know, I will be watching.
Uh-oh. Oh, no. That was my boyfriend. That was my husband. I hope you guys all enjoy his presence. Did that sound like Chantal when she's showing everybody her husband? We're so in love. I love him so much. We have a child together and we kiss and hug and sleep in the same bed. He just said, "Give me your money," as he walked out. No, Bone Daddy was kind enough as I was starting the stream to go buy me something to drink and a candy bar. You know, you love a man that can do your bidding. Am I right, ladies? Am I right? I got a good one. I was taking a shower while he was getting our little baby Bone ready for bed. So I got a good one, I must say. All right, we got to put some of the greetings in the chat here. La Soul, hey everyone, happy Friday. Thanks for being here, baby. Hell yeah, I am so glad it's Friday. Got tomorrow and Sunday off. I always have the weekends off, so. Because I also, Chantal sees a curb as a climbing wall, so how big is the garden wall? Yeah, it doesn't take much. Peter Prince says, hey, Bone Daddy. Hi, Bone Daddy. G'day, Bone Daddy. We meet again. Beer boy. Yeah. Don't worry, he had his beer in his hand when he was up here. Bone Daddy has a good ASMR voice. Yeah. And I have a feeling one of these days, we've already talked about it, he and I will do a video together because, like I said, he's in Girl World. He knows almost more than me. Some days I don't have a chance to watch the videos yet because he's up late at night with his schedule, and he'll be giving me updates. And so, yeah, he knows what's up. What up, Bone Daddy? Bone Daddy and Rage Bone. You know, it's funny. Today I asked her son what he thinks his name would be, and he said Strong Bone because he's strong. So I thought that was funny. He's a baby bone. So M. Johnson, we love a supportive man. Yes, we do. Especially, like I said, one that just listens to the woman's guidance, because we are the true wisdom of the world, I believe. Well, so I love a good iron board. Hell yeah, me too, BB. Me too. I like how Chantal has people to fake her fake husband. I love how Chantal has people to fake her fake husband nowadays. Yeah. Well, so that actually is so awesome. You have a partner that can talk about girlhood. Yes. But to be fair, it's because I forcefully introduced him. I think we talked about it in last night's live. The first video I ever showed him was Michael B. Petty talking about it was Chantal's dingleberries. So I kind of hazed him in right off the bat, no mercy. But hey, he, like I said, he's sometimes more involved in the know than I am. So it is fun though, especially now that I have a channel. He'll try to give me ideas and certain things. So Michael B. Petty is actually a treat. Way to break the ice. Yeah, truly, he was one of the best, one of my absolute favorite. I miss him so much, and I wish one day he would come back to us, but that might be too much to ask for. I think he got sick of all the BS. All right, I'm getting Chantal's video up here. What kills me too is how when you search Chantal, I have to scroll so far down to even get to her actual channel, and I love that for her. Raven Moon, thanks for being here, BB. You just missed Bone Daddy. He came up and was greeting everyone, and our true love was on display for everyone. We love each other so much. We are going to sleep in the same bed tonight. Thanks for being here, Raven Moon. ASMR Bone Daddy. See, Bone Daddy? Gotta put you to work. Start a second channel. It's just ASMR Bone Daddy all day. Oh my God, same. Her channel is hard to find, and I hope it stays that way. Same. Absolutely love that for her. All right, I think we got her ready and loaded to go. Stand the robot Chantal. Don't worry, I can bust out the robot Chantal anytime you want. Beep, boop, beep. Does not compute. What is love? That was me powering down, in case you couldn't tell. I need to be stopped at this point, to be honest. All right, God, this angle, Jesus. All right, so this is from Chantal's actual channel. Travel from Damascus, Syria to Doha, Qatar, storytime vlog, and lunch. I want to know, are you going to show us the labored breathings and you having to be like put in a wheelbarrow to get from gate to gate? That's the real content we need to see. Lost Soul. I haven't searched her name in so long, but I love that she's got lost below the reaction channels. Yeah, me too. And I don't know if any of you guys are like paying attention to what's been happening in Goro World with some of the channels being struck. One of my faves, No Madness Life, she apparently had a strike and went to appeal, and she wasn't sure how it was going to go down. And apparently everything went well. And YouTube actually said, hey, we're going to look into this further to help improve reactors and all of that bullshit going forward. So, yay! Thank you, No Madness Life. You're helping pave the way for all of us. So just one last thing to worry about when these idiots are trying to take down channels, even though you would think they'd understand it's a symbiotic relationship, but yes, go Shelly, go Shelly, go. Yeah, I think I'm still too small to even be on their radar. Darn, but definitely using videos like Barbecue Chillin', Apathetic Facts, I think that's only to our benefit at this point because we're not using these dickwads videos directly. So when Howard Stern was asked what he would name his house, he replied, Fart Manor. I think that's how we should refer to Sala and Chantal's new house. Hell yeah, Fart Manor. Let me write that down. Lucia, always with the good ideas. My memory is just terrible, but fart manor is 100% appropriate, not just because of the gases constantly flowing from Chantal's bootay, but just knowing Sala's extracurricular activity that he enjoys, you know? Peter Princess, the reaction channels are what keep her monetized. Chantal did get garlic bread. Now, you see, I thought I heard it was that Rosie, so who freaking knows? But yeah, it's stupid. They are only relevant because of reaction channels. So I truly believe that it's possibly Emily and Rosie kind of getting in Amberlynn's little tiny poo brain. So Bone Daddy, I think there are 3 or 4 channels lost. Soul, yeah. Well, I know Garlic Bread. I think Bottle got hit. No Madness Life. I'm not sure who else, but yeah, it's bullshit. As long as your content's transformative. Sorry if you don't like that we're not kissing your ass, but it's open to the court of public opinion.
Back to another video. Enjoy some clips from my trip from Damascus, Syria to Doha, Qatar, and the full details and story of the trip coming up right now.
Did Jordy get struck too? See, that's just wild. Especially the amount of viewers that he has. I can't believe YouTube is so careless. I mean, he's bringing in a lot of revenue for them, so that's bullshit. But I guess my point of saying all that, sorry for the quick pause, is that it seems like we've got some progress, and No Madness Life got their appeal approved. So, ooh, 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 ooh. I'm not gonna lie, I was a little bit like, oh no, my channel, it's finally coming to fruition, and it's gonna get taken down. But you know what? I'm not scared. I'm gonna give you guys a little secret, okay, about my personal life. That Amber really, I don't think even dawns on her that we all have our own big girl jobs. And I don't think she understands that maybe somebody's big girl job is involved in the judicial system. So that's all I'm going to say about that. But I will say that what she's showing us now right now is beautiful. So I'm not gonna ding her for that, but Lost Soul, I've never watched No Madness before, to be honest. And you know what? Neither had I. But apparently No Madness was watching me, and she had actually mentioned me in her videos and had brought a couple people over that had said, hey, No Madness sent me. And then I checked her out, and she's so funny. So kind of a similar vibe. I think we both kind of like give no shits. So she's a little older, but yeah, I definitely support her. She seems like a really cool person, cool vibe. So thank you, No Madness Life. Much love to you, BB. Bone Daddy, get back up here. We'll slow dance to this song. Just kidding. Don't come back up here. Rebecca, yeah. And you know what? I only know of the one time that she did. And then I went into her chat and was like, hey, everybody. And then she, God love her, she gave me a shout out. She linked my channel and everything. So you gotta love women supporting women. I love that. So yeah, appreciate it so much. Men's tears. Was she able to use her actual tray? What the hell was that face? That's literally how Bone Daddy looks downstairs right now. I have a feeling. Just kidding. But look at her freaking chins here. Really, the lighter color hijabs are not creating the illusion that she thinks it is. I have a feeling. Thanks, Bone Daddy. Bone Daddy, I just choked on my drink. Lucia, Chantal is very scary on a plane. How the heck does she fit in a restroom, or does she wear Depends? Well, I think what she has said in the past is she just tries to hold it. But knowing what we know about her and how much she's eating on a plane, I find that hard to believe. So it's hard to say what she's really doing to make it work. M. Johnson, no thought behind those eyes. Hell no, never. Lost soul. I said that face was what Salo looked like when he saw the fupas. Oh my God. Oh, yes. Sad but true. Rebecca, stay away, Bonetti. She says, I have no use for you. Now be gone. Just kidding. Yeah, you've already provided me with my drinks, my snacks. To be fair, when he's in here, every once in a while, if I'm making a video or if I'm on live, he'll try to come in and like sneak a kiss. And then I just get like totally like, what was I talking about? So if you guys ever hear me being like, it's probably his fault. Aiden, she's thinking, damn, I'm glad I got out of Syria. It's too poor for me. Yeah. There's much too much work to be done. I have to put water in the toilet every time I flush it every 7 seconds. Yeah, I take way too much shits for this. PETA, I have to say that was a face of fear. You know what, though? Remember when she was on that flight? When she disappeared for a while, I did a retro react when she flew back to Canada and the flight was getting pretty rough. She kind of looked like that a little bit. You could tell she was actually kind of scared. Glad to hear that, PETA, that you're doing better. Yes, 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 yes. Bone Daddy, Rebecca, I know. I get summoned when I'm needed and dismissed thereafter, as you should be. Yes, yes. If anybody needs any more tips on how to manage a successful relationship and boss your man around, I'm here. No problem. Mother of Dragons, that hijab makes her look like a sperm. Going to hell, but that's all I see when she wears that one. You know what? If there's a hell, BB, we're all going to be there together, and it's going to be fun. Be gone, peasant. If you think I haven't said those exact words to him, God love him. Rebecca, that's exactly as it should be. Yep, exactly. Yes, 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 yes. Admit it. It feels so good to be cossetted. What? I'm not smart enough to understand what you just said, but M. Johnson gifted 1 Rage Bone membership. Thank you so much, BB. Appreciate that. And a welcome to our newest member in the Skeleton Society, Lost Soul. Woohoo! Thank you so much, M. Johnson, and welcome, Lost Soul. Appreciate that so much. PETA Princess. Oh my God. I have reservations in the 80s already. Same. You know, it's fine. Catherine. Bone Daddy needs one of those sexy maid outfits to wear for you. Who's to say that he doesn't already? I make him wear a wig. No, I'm just joking.
Hi, can I place an order for room service, please? Can I have your turkey?
Thank you,
and
Raven. I
cheese
appreciate you
club
dumbing it down
sandwich
for
with
me. But
fries?
yes, it does feel good to be taken care of. Very, very much so. And it is very much appreciated. Thank you, Bone
Ooh.
Daddy.
Okay.
Okay, guys, I'm wearing a mic because I'm kind of far from my camera. But
She's got to mic up those food noises for all the feeders that might be watching. Wouldn't want to miss out on any of that jaw popping. Raven, my people don't believe in hell, and neither do I. I can be as bad as I want. I was actually raised Catholic, but I have since come to different conclusions about what I believe, but yeah, I think, you know what, you should just be a good person because it's the right thing to do. You know, it's as simple as that. Mother of Dragons, we all going to party. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. And while we partying, Bone Daddy's gonna bring us some snacks. Yeah. Yeah. And he's gonna wear a maid outfit. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Bone Daddy sent us a super sticker. Thank you, BB. Thank you so much.
Look at this. Club sandwich. Now there's no bacon. They probably could put some turkey bacon or something if they wanted. Bismillah, I'm so hungry.
Hell yeah, we can get nachos with a couple different cheeses, sour cream,
Ice
beans,
cold Canada
salsa.
Dry. My
Oh
mini
yeah.
fridge is really cold. All right. So I'm going to tell you a story time as I eat lunch with you in the hotel. And I'm trying out the room service here. For
Bone Daddy, don't get it twisted. I would be wearing a dapper butler's uniform. I'll say it again. Who's to say he doesn't already have that, you know? Ricky Lane, thanks for being here, BB. I love Nomadis Life. She's my favorite. Yeah. I've just kind of started watching her here recently because she mentioned me on her channel so graciously, and I love her energy, and I just think she's a lot of fun. She genuinely seems like such a sweet soul. So much love to her. Much love to you, Ricky Lane. Thanks. Raven Moon. I was raised Catholic too, but chose to be a witch as I grew up. Ooh, I've chosen to worship the gods my ancestors did before Christianity. You know what? Here's how I feel. I think people have the right to believe whatever brings them comfort. It's as simple as that. And as long as you're not harming anybody else, then do what you want to do. You know, life's short. You might as well be happy and try to make your way. Life's hard enough, so do what you need to do, and as long as you're not hurting anybody, I find no harm in any of it. Because I looks like she's wearing a dunce hat. Yeah, the freaking lampshade behind her is definitely like, but she is a dunce, so this might just be the universe trying to tell us something here. Bone Daddy might surprise you and cut the butt cheeks out of the pants. Bone Daddy, now you're getting a little out of control. We might have to take that. Might just have to take the beer out of your hand if you're gonna be getting wild. But yeah, me and Bone Daddy have fun. Don't worry about that. Butt cheeks aside. Butt cheeks loose aside. Mags doesn't look like she's lost any weight. Maybe gained weight. And you know what? That is a feat living in a place like Syria. That's all I'm gonna say. Rebecca, oh, you take a listen. She's 1, boring. 2, no fluidity in her story. Bad. Just keeps eating little. Just keep eating, little one. Yeah, I have a feeling this is just for like the feeders. Spicy Bone Daddy. Bone Daddy getting spicy. Yeah. You guys have no idea. He's freaking ridiculous.
today, I'm going to have lunch with you and let you know how it is.
Don't worry, Rebecca.
So it
He's
looks
home.
like this club sandwich has a cute little toothpicks that are not sharp. So you're not going to hurt yourself, but those are cute. Some cheese. Oh, there's egg. You know how I feel about eggs, but extra protein. Some kind of like sauce, mayo sauce, lettuce, tomato, and smoked turkey on. They cut the crust off. That's cute. Beauty bite.
That is an enormous sandwich, Lucia. It's probably for like 2 people, but
That's actually really quite nice. I don't know what kind of sauce they use, but it's really good.
I'm still over here laughing about cutting the butt cheeks out of pants. Like,
French fries and ketchup. You can't go wrong. They're crispy. They're fresh.
and they're salted. So
That's good advice for anyone, Rebecca. Thank you.
anyway, so I traveled from Damascus airport to Doha, Qatar. And I have to say that it was an interesting experience getting to Qatar. My next video will be talking about why I chose to come here and the circumstances in my life that led me to come here for a little vacation. Oh, that's so cold. And so my journey starts. I showed you some clips at the beginning of the video of my journey. So the first clip is of me bouncing around on a public transport, a little mini bus, but it's like a big van. And older.
And you forgot to mention the look in Salah's eyes as he knew that soon, so very soon, he would be rid of you. The absolute burden on his life, and he could be free to not have to fill the water tank every 12 hours because you're flushing the toilet, and could have his other wife come over.
Very old kind of bus. And that's because Salah hates driving in Damascus. Damascus is very hectic to drive in. And gas is very expensive. And we were quite a ways from Damascus, so it would have just been easier.
Sarah, thanks for being here, baby. It really does look like she's getting ahead of Halloween
To
and
take this
dressing as a
bus.
mummy or something.
And he came with me, all the way with me, into where the bus parks. I took a taxi from there to the airport, which was like 20 minutes away. He just paid the guy, spoke to him in Arabic. I didn't talk to the guy the whole way. Language barrier. So, yeah. When I first saw the bus, I saw that it was filling up very quickly. And admittedly, I kind of panicked and was like, oh my gosh, we have to rent a private bus or a taxi or something into Damascus because, you know.
Mother of Dragon, it looks like she's got her ring on, if you're talking about her wedding ring. It's hard to see with her sausage fingers, and the ring is a little bit is almost flesh colored, but yeah, it looks like she is wearing it. Rebecca talking about your Aussie accent. You know, Aussie accents are one of the cutest. That and Scottish.
I'm a person of big size. I'm not small. Am I even going to be able to fit in this place? And, you know, it was full. We were packed in there like sardines, kind of. But it was okay. Once the van
Absolutely,
started
Peter
moving on the
Princess.
highway, the windows were open. It wasn't too hot.
This bitch has nothing but time on her hands to learn and improve herself, and she can't be bothered to learn the language, even though she's been with Salah, 3 years? That's plenty enough time to try to educate yourself and at least have some basic understanding of the language. But nope, can't be bothered. She's too busy worried about what people are saying about her on the internet. Yeah, Ashley, exactly. Lived in the Middle East all this time and hasn't even tried to learn the language. Mm-hmm. And as someone pointed out, she had to ask Salah how to say love in Arabic. You would think having a husband that speaks the language, you would at least know how to say that because he's saying, I love you so much, right? Right? I love you, Salah. Please, never leave me. All you have to do is wait until you can outlive me. And then, I don't know where I was going with that, but you get the idea.
So that was an experience. It was like a $1, $2 bus into Damascus. The driver wanted to stop for gas, and it was taking a little while to get service. And one guy was getting impatient and just like yelling, and I don't know what he was saying, but anyway, took about an hour and a half. Then my clips you see of, showing Damascus where the bus stopped. As soon as we got off the bus,
Lucia. Or at the very least, if she doesn't know how to say I love you, how to order a cheeseburger and ice cream in Arabic. Yep. I mean, these are the things that are crucial to her existence. So how to order food, where's the bathroom, I need more toilet paper, sorry, I got poop on the floor. These are all things that you would think she would know, but sadly, these ladies have zero interest in improving themselves in any capacity, whether it's physically, mentally, emotionally, and none of us should be surprised,
we were rushed by these men, taxi drivers, wanting us to hire them for a taxi to the next destination we were going. And Salah was like, no, we're not, we did need a taxi, but not right then and there. So we're like, no, it's okay. They're very insistent. As we're walking away, we thought we're out of the thick of it. No, someone rushed over, grabbed my suitcase, is like, come on, I have a nice car where, you need taxi, come on, and grab my suitcase. And they all started, the taxi drivers, I thought they were going to deck each other. They all started fighting with each other. So Salah had to kind of do some conflict resolution. Then
Raccoon Man, she's a solid 500 pounds. I wouldn't say she's as big as Amber, who is almost topping out at 600, but she's, I would say, at least 4. At least. She's so short. That's what's deceiving about these two, Amber and Chantal, is they're so short. So their weight is distributed so much differently than someone that's taller like me. I feel like I'm 5'10", and you probably wouldn't guess that I weigh as much as I do, but with these two, they're just short, compact, and like the State Puff Marshmallow Man, in a lot of ways.
we took a walk downtown Damascus.
And we have a Bone Daddy bringing me a refill. Thank you, Bone Daddy. Did you want to say something else?
You're welcome.
All right, thank you. All right, now go back downstairs now where you belong. I swear I'm not a bitch.
And I really needed some water and something cold to drink, so I got a slush, some water. They got these they had these big buns you see in my video at the beginning. Salah had that for breakfast. I wasn't hungry yet. I don't get really that hungry on travel day. My stomach's in knots. So I didn't have that. And I didn't feel like eating like a big hunk of bread. It had like Nutella inside or something else, chocolate. And then we did find a taxi person, a really nice taxi guy to hire.
God, she just looks huge here, doesn't she? I'm really just kind of taking it in, and just her head looks huge. This truly is like the biggest I feel like she has looked in so long. And maybe too, it's because she's not wearing black. Black is more slimming, but this is, it's not good. Not good at all. Rebecca, you know what? F those people. Anybody that's supporting Pete's anyway, he's so problematic for his own reasons. I mean, I don't wish ill on people, but people that talk like that to strangers on the internet, like, get fucked is how I feel about it. takes talent to gain weight in a war-torn country, Ashley. Yeah. Absolutely. That's why I said it's like it really says a lot to not have lost a single pound while in Syria, which is not only impoverished, it's war-torn. There's active violence going on. I mean, shit's not good there at all. And she still has found a way to not only maintain her weight, to be big as ever. Like, she looks huge here. And maybe part of it is due to the traveling where she's, sitting on a plane. But this angle here is quite startling. I don't know that I've seen her look like this. I mean, is it just the angle? Is it the distance? The filter's not working? I don't know, but she looks huge. And I'm just kind of now zoning in on it to be like, damn. Bone Daddy, her face and that hijab is killing me. I don't know what the fuck's going on. Yeah, I mean, she looks swollen, as big as I've seen her since this whole arc. Raccoon Man, thanks for being here, BB. I raise livestock and I'm pretty good at judging weight, and she's definitely 500 pounds. You gotta love Chantal being compared to livestock. But would she be a hog or would she be a cow? Both of them are adorable, so she needs to be something uglier. I don't know what, but Lucia, the part of her head where the brain is smaller than where her cheeks are. Yeah, the cranium. Yeah, that's bad. When your cheeks have officially outsized the top of your like cranium, that's something. And that's none of that's hair either. That's all head. Rebecca, I just see toothpaste tube she's squeezing through. That's actually so freaking funny. And now that you said that, it's like I can't unsee it. It's like her face is the little piece of toothpaste coming out. Like, oh my God. Sarah, with the room in the background in comparison, you can see how big she really is. Yeah. And that's very true, Sarah. Having that actual perspective definitely makes a difference for sure.
He went back to the bus to go back to where he was going, where he came from, Salah. And I went forward onto the Damascus airport. I don't know what I was expecting. The taxi driver dropped me quite a far away from the door. And he's like, I have to drop you here. I have to drop you here. I was like, oh, because I was like, I'm kind of far. Like, I was pretty far. And
you expect her to
so
walk
I go to grab one of those carts. And I'm just walking. And somebody runs up to me, this guy, and he's like, what's your name? And I'm like, why?
Why? Yeah, right. She's probably like, oh my God, a man's speaking to me. Oh, my name's Chantal.
And he's like, he was speaking Arabic, but I ended up figuring out that the cart would cost money. And I didn't have any Syrian money on me. Like, I only had, American money. So I just left the cart and took all my luggage, which was only a carry-on bag and my CPAP and my book bag.
Jesus.
Book bag.
The way she's talking, you would think that somebody asked her to just conduct a death march. Like, you, for all intents and purposes, should be an able-bodied 41-year-old. And you're acting like having to take your own shit through an airport is like a death sentence. Peta Princess, yeah. Oh, dear Lord, she had to walk. Exactly. I love to travel. And yeah, it's not always the easiest thing to get your shit together, but shouldn't really be that big of a deal for someone so young. Rebecca, listen to how bad she tells a tale. Yeah, it's
like, and then there was like a quarter on the floor and I looked at it and then the guy had a hair over his eyelash.
People that can't just get to the fucking point drive me nuts. Raccoon Man, the circumference of her fupa mass is extremely dense. Stop calculating the circumference of her fupa. Okay, first of all, why would you do that to yourself? Sarah, her vacationing right after grifting for Sasa has me infuriated more than she ever has before. Yeah, and she's trying to act like we're all freaking stupid for being like, what the hell? It's like she couldn't be making it more obvious, but yet wants to treat us like we're the problem. Like, okay, well, if you didn't want to seem like you're a scamming grift asshole, then why are you trying to rub all this in our faces? I haven't seen it yet, and I don't know if she does it here, but I saw a picture of her with like a huge wad of cash. It's like you're rage baiting your audience, just like Amberlyn. It's the same shit. You go off on these tangents and do all this dumb shit, and then you want to look at us like we're the problem because we're calling you out. We're giving you exactly what you wanted, bitch. Like, you wanted this heat, so what's the problem? God, the circumference of her fupa. Just went back over that one. Peter Princess, and how did she get American money when she said she couldn't access her money in Syria? Well, you know what's weird, Peta, about that, and I question that too, is every time she talks about stuff in Syria, she always gives us the USD. So when I looked it up, it looks like that is like a currency that they use over there. So I don't know if it's just because of everything still in a collapse that's one of the things they go to. I don't know, but yeah, it doesn't make any sense. Bone Daddy Sarah C. I know the fact that she has the nerve to take a vacation and say her husband is buying a new car and to be flashing $100 bills on a live stream is insane to me. This woman has no shame. Yeah, and you know what? It'd be one thing for her to just be doing all this, but then to act like indignant that we're pissed about it. Like, you can't have both at the same time. Raven Moon, thanks for being here, BB. Have a good night. Heather, thanks for being here, BB. That club sandwich was at least $23 room service, and I bet she didn't turn down the real bacon. Yeah, well, you know, she made a point to say there wasn't any bacon on there, but I'm also going to guess she didn't tip either.
I saw on social media and I heard rumors about the entrance of the Damascus airport having a floor mat with Bashar al-Assad, the former president's picture on it. I thought they were just being facetious.
Oh my God. Her with her head down like that really kind of emphasizes what Lucia was saying about the top of her head being smaller than her cheeks. Like, Jesus, that is freaking crazy. Lucia, the stupid thing is acting wealthy could put her at risk. Yeah, flashing that money. But I mean, honestly, she's a target either way. Just the fact that she's so huge to me kind of like screams like, hey, I have an access, you know? So she just zero self-awareness, but you know what? Whatever happens, happens. It's her own damn fault for being a freaking idiot. So Ashley, I'd love to know how much they actually collected. Yeah, me too. And funny how they're not sharing any of that. They're not sharing any of the receipts, but yet she tries to claim, oh, I couldn't travel like this on $1,000. Nobody said you had it exactly $1,000. You're not saying how much you got anyway. So, Raccoon Man, I'm still waiting on salad to trade Foodie for a couple of goats. Well, he's not going to trade his cash cow in for a couple of goats. Come on. You know livestock. You should know that. Peter Princess, she would never be able to defend herself. No, not at all. That's what kills me, too, about these freaking idiots. They try to act like they're so damn tough. It's like, bitch, all that it would take is a very hard shove. You have zero balance. So let's not kid ourselves.
I thought they were just being facetious. Nope, it's true. And a lot of the time when people were walking in, they would be stomping on it. So that was very interesting to see. The airport was very clean, modern enough.
A pilgrim.
Air conditioned. Some places not so much as others.
My God. Heather, that's not true. Come on. We got Bone Daddy on board. He was completely clueless. Before that, he's like, woo, football. And I'm like, no, Girl World. We need to get you on board with Girl World. Just show him the Michael B. Petty video talking about her dingleberries. That should do it.
But it's a small airport. And I just had to wait about an hour until I could go through to check in. The security process is insane.
My God, Sarah, yes. That circle face.
So when you enter the airport, you have to put your luggage and all your belongings through a scanner.
She's a tank for sure.
Then you have to go through security. Then to get into your gate, you have to put your things in another scanner. And the lady was like,
Peter Princess, I forced him down the rabbit hole. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, I did. You know, that's not the only thing I've made him do. Sometimes I'll be like, hey, I booked us a vacation, just so you know. So whether you want to go or not, that's happening. Let's see. The placement of that lamp behind her head is rather unfortunate. Yeah. Someone else said it looked like a dunce cap. And right now in this like freeze frame is absolutely perfect. Like I got to take advantage of this. Let me just go ahead and I'm going to do an ankle and just do a quick live screenshot of that. Like, oh my God. And how she just have zero spatial awareness. Like, do you not see yourself in the camera right now and what you literally look like? Okay. Got that saved for the replay thumbnail. My God. Heather, I want to know how much her luggage cost. Yeah, it's hard to say. And, you know, some airliner, they include, but like one of her dresses probably weighs 5 pounds. Like, Jesus.
This lady was like, you have something in your suitcase. You have something in your suitcase.
Oh, I can't bring my own
The guy's
cheeses
like,
onto the plane.
what does she have? He said, do you have any, for some reason you couldn't. Well, I know you can't bring battery packs and carry on. So they thought I had a battery pack. So they opened all my stuff and only to find out that it was just my.
That's not true. Any flight I've ever been on, they want your electronics to be on your carry-on. So that way, if there's a problem, they know about it. You know, it's in the cabin. Like if some shit catches on fire, they don't want it below the plane. What are you talking about? Like I've been on quite a few flights in the last few years. And now, to be fair, they're all domestic, but any electronics you're supposed to have in your carry-on. Okay, Foodie.
Blood sugar glucometer that looked like one.
Okay, so as it turns out, when I got to Doha, I did notice that there actually was a power bank stored in my medicine bag that they didn't catch, and I had no idea was even there.
I go sit down, waiting for the flight. Somebody comes to get me. They're like, you have to be patted down. So I go in a little room. A lady pats me down. I go sit down. Then somebody, you have to put all your luggage on a table. They comb through every item in your bags.
Except they did somehow miss the power bank in my medicine bag.
Like they opened my makeup.
God, just the smacking. The food noises coming from her freaking face are pissing me off. Like, you're gross. You're gross. Did your mommy never tell you to chew with your mouth closed? Jesus. Sarah, Chantal is a snooze. Thank goodness for the boneyard. Yes. There's no way without you guys. It's like, bitch. That's why I have to watch these compilations, because watching their shit straight, it's literally like my brain is oozing out of my ears. I can't do it. But thank you for being here, BB. We love having everyone here as part of the Boneyard. I appreciate all of you so much. Truly, I do.
They threw out some things. I had a whole case of hijab pin things. They're like, no, you can't bring that. Razors. No, you can't bring that. They took my new razors.
Thank
So
you.
if I have a
Thank you,
mustache, you know why.
Lucia. And you make it fun too. So thanks for being here, BB. I appreciate you.
This is
Thank
the
you,
one thing I'm most
Heather,
bummed
so
about.
much.
My pencil sharpener for my eyeliners.
Bitch, no one cares about your stupid eyeliners. You look dumb anyway, and you put your freaking shit in your waterline and don't even blend it out. Like, shut up. A Raven Lunatic. How absolutely dare you? I remember her picking up Sam and BBJ's dingleberries in the villa with her bare hands, and she probably didn't freaking wash it. Probably didn't wash her hands, and then I was like, "Oh, guys, I'm gonna eat these." What were those little donut things she used to eat when she was with Natter that had like the chocolate? Oh my God. You know what? I'll say this though. When it comes to Chantal and Amber, at least Chantal is honest about how fucking gross she is. Amber tries to pretend like, no, I'm dainty and I would never do anything disgusting. Like, no, you're equally as gross. You just think we're all stupid enough to believe that you're not. And you try to hide it and act like you're special. I can't raw bone anymore unless I'm in a mood to troll. Just the term raw bone. I love that. I bet they had to get her to lift her fupa up and expose her sandwiches she was hiding. Raccoon Man. You know, you're a little bit unhinged, but I'm here for it. I enjoy it. Thank you, Raccoon Man. That also makes me think of an episode of 600 Pound Life. I don't know if any of you watched that, but there was, I think her name was Nicole. They had like a drug bust at her house, and she's like, the cops actually made me lift my stomach to make sure there was no narcotics under there. It's like, oh my God. Fun fact, one of my best friends actually met her in a thrift store randomly. So these people are really just out here walking the earth. If I ever encountered Chantal or Amber, I really don't know what I would do. I would love to know what you guys would do. Because if you guys saw either of these idiots in the wild, would you actually like go up to him and be like, hey, so I watch you on the internet. I hate you. Or would you just like be like, hey, can I get a picture with you? Or would you just like creep on him from afar? I feel like I don't know. I would be torn. I feel like I would have to get a picture with them for the plot, but I would have difficulty actually being nice to them.
I get it. Oh, and they shot out my aerosol, my deodorant. I understand why. So I didn't complain.
Oh, you actually had
But
deodorant?
I've never had to do that anywhere else. And I just wonder maybe why it's different in Syria going to Doha. And maybe it's because Qatar Airways requires the extra security. Maybe because of, the security situation in Syria is more unstable. I'm not too sure. So we're waiting.
Fair, Sarah. Fair. When my friend met Nicole, she went up to her ass and was like, hey, can I get a picture? And I'm like, hell yeah. So if any of you guys are going to be the faraway spires, definitely get some photos. We need that shit. Lucia, yeah, selfie for sure. Rebecca, I'd make them feel like a celebrity, but laugh at them after, manners and everything. Yeah, I don't like to be rude to people straight up just because I'm not that type of person. But if someone's an asshole, I have no problem putting them in their place. But with these two, it's a delicate balance. You can't just straight up and be like, fuck you. But you want to be able to, if you want to get a picture with them, you're going to have to play nice. Ashley, ALR, I wouldn't really care, but I'd love to give Foodie Beauty a piece of my mind. See, now I feel the opposite. On Foodie Beauty, I feel like I could play nice. On Amber, I feel like I would have much more difficulty.
to board. There's this woman that comes in and she's freaking out. I don't know. She's speaking Arabic, but she had her whole face was bandaged and her lips were very swollen. So it'd been apparent that she probably just had some kind of plastic surgery.
Foodie booty is water trash. We like to call things water trash in this house, but now Rebecca. Can't say I support giving any of these heifers money, but I completely understand. I one time told Bone Daddy I was gonna get him a Foodie Beauty cameo for his birthday, and he's like, "Don't you dare!" So I never did it, but I wanted to.
Done. But she wasn't. She was very unhappy about something, and I don't know. But other than that, it was pretty uneventful. It was air conditioned. Can't complain. But the one thing I don't like in any airport, it's not just Damascus, this has happened many places, even Qatar. You have to take one of those little buses to the plane, go up a whole bunch of stairs, and I had my carry-on, which was pretty heavy. So I had to lug that up. And but yeah, I actually had it was a pleasant flight. It was 2 hours and 50 minutes or so. I had a seat to myself, like a row to myself. I had no one sitting beside me. As you see in the video, we were served a full meal despite it being a short flight. I really like the room service food. Maybe tomorrow for dinner, I'll try another dish. This is actually reasonably.
This heifer just up in the AC ordering room service, happy as a lark. But no, we're not supposed to assume that this is all from, the grift of taking advantage of a disabled child. No, not at all. Not at all. It's just she never did this before that happened, but yeah, it's just a huge coincidence, right? Right. My God. This bitch. Bone Daddy water trash. She wasn't very far from normal trash. What? Water trash is worse than normal trash. Yes, that's the joke. We say that water trash is worse than normal trash, which is why we call people that. Rebecca, I did it just for laughs. You should see the thing. Oh my God. CPappy was singing "I'm So Lonely" on the treadmill. What? Wow. Sometimes it is good things to do things just for the plot. I'm not going to blame you there. Raven Lunatic. Remember when Foodie Beauty found a Pringle lid between her fupas? Yes. And you know what? That I was talking about how I introduced Bone Daddy to Girl World. It was in that same video. The dingleberry. She's talking about people picking dingleberries out of her cavernous dookie hole, I think is what Michael B. Petty called it. In that same video, she was saying how, I felt a pain in my side, and then I looked and there's a full on freaking Pringles lid under there. Like, are you kidding me? Oh my God. Lucia, I have a cameo from Nikocado in his fat days. He's actually very nice. Yeah, I mean, I think for the most part, what he puts on his channel is just like a troll character. So, that's funny though. I've never really watched him too much other than his coverage of Amber. That shit was so funny. And Ashley, new drinking game. Every time she says air conditioner, we drink. We might be in a coma by the end of it, but all right. Raccoon Man, her parents failed at raising her. Yeah, well, if you're caught up with the Chantal lore, her dad basically was absent for the most of it, and her mom worked a lot, so she was raised by her grandmother and I think a TV and a bag of chips is what some of the creators like to say. So she has it's almost sad. It's one of those things where you're like, did they ever really have a chance? But you can only blame your childhood so long for your reactions, and this freaking mushroom is in her 40s, so it's like, all right, time to take some self-responsibility. Heather, she ate chocolates off the pillows, probably called front desk to ask for more. Well, yeah. You think 2 is enough? I don't think so. Raven Lunatic, I swear she looks like a Buddha doll sitting there. yeah, we were just talking like the size. It's crazy how big just her head looks. And again, I don't know if it's just because of the filters or what, but she looks huge here. Sarah, her head looks like it was pasted onto the front of her body. Her shoulders are in line with her eyes. Yeah. Probably an optical illusion, but yeah, you get so used to seeing somebody at a certain angle, and then her here, just, it's quite striking to look at. Rebecca, remember the jitterbug? Wham! I used that tune and sing Dingleberry. Oh my god. Mags, but Amber lost 89 pounds, guys. Yeah, the famous 89 lbs. PETA, still not as big as ALR. You know what, though? I don't know how you could. How it would take some real effort, I feel like, on Foodie's part to ever catch up to Amber. Just Amber's legs alone are unbelievable to me. And Foodie still has somewhat of a normal curvature to her legs, so I'm sure Amber would trade bodies with Foodie any day. Lucia, any psychologists here? Are personality disorders born or made? Well, you know what? As somebody that does a lot of true crime, it is often a discussion whether it's the nurture versus nature. Are people born the way they are, or are they made? And I think truly it's a combination of both, in my not so expert opinion.
Priced for room service. That's what I like about Qatar Airways. It's more expensive than a budget airline. Like it's not like it's cheap as Spirit or something like that, but you get good service for what you pay for. You get really good service. You don't have to pay for your luggage extra. Meals, drinks, all the unlimited drinks, whatever, all included.
I don't know, PETA. I think Amber's
you don't have to pay $4 for a
hers.
bottle of water. They'll just give you one. So there's little frills like that make it worth it for me. And I don't mind, for that, I don't mind not cutting as many corners. Although Qatar is not too bad with price. It's, it just depends. But obviously it's not as cheap as the no frills ones, but it's not that bad. And you get a full meal. Like the meal, I was confused by what it was. It was Arabic spices, they said, chicken and chickpea.
Of course, the only thing she has to comment about the flight is the food. Thank you, travel influencer. That's all we needed to know about. What was the food like?
But then it had these little balls, and I think they were little mashed potato balls. It was very interesting. It was very tasty.
Same,
the meals
Sarah.
are always tasty. And then they had some kind of rice pudding and couscous salad. It was pretty good. Like a Mediterranean one with like vegetables in it. Whatever you want to drink. I think I had diet soda. Or no, they gave you an orange juice and water, a bottle.
Rebecca, you can tell she's got a personality disorder. She shows emotion based in what she thinks is normal and what she's seen, and she smiles without her eyes. Now, I never like to assume anything, especially when it comes to something as serious as that, but absolutely, in my non-medical professional opinion, her and Amber both have the same. They both have unresolved childhood traumas. Foodie is more so like daddy issues. Amber just has a whole plethora. Mommy issues, daddy issues. There's just all sorts of shit. Abandonment. But they both have the same thing where they don't have or experience emotions like the rest of us. They just do what they think is like normal in the moment. Yeah, and it's kind of, you would almost feel sorry for them if they weren't such a-holes who damaged all the people and creatures in their bubble. But that's why I said I don't blame them for their childhoods, but at a certain point, when you're an adult, you have to take personal responsibility for yourself. And if you're not willing to help yourself and seek the treatment and things that you need, then you're just harming yourself and others willingly. So
The water. So I had a little nap, and before you know it, that announcement comes on and wakes you up like we're about to land in 45 minutes. So I find the landing confusing. They announce it way ahead of time because, they'll announce it and then I'll check like 20 minutes later and we're still above, like in the clouds. Like, like where's the ground? But we had a smooth landing. And I have to say, my least favorite part about traveling is deplaning. It's claustrophobic. Everyone rushes and you're in a line.
deplaning is not that big of a deal unless you're a huge woman that can barely stand on her own. So yeah, I can understand for her why it would be a cluster. But under normal circumstances, it's not that big of a deal. You take your time, you get your shit, and you walk down your aisle. But she's probably like, I have to stand, and I have to reach up high, and I have to walk. She probably can't, I'm assuming, has to walk sideways to get down the aisle of the plane. But Sarah's Foodie hates other women, in my opinion. 100%. Yes. She hates other women. Absolutely. Especially other women that she perceives as more attractive as her, because that's the only value that she sees in anything. They have a different perspective of life, Peter Princess. Yes. I've said before, they don't live in any kind of reality that any of us would understand. I mean, think about what their life is. It's not like they're getting up, going to work, taking care of a family, taking care of a house. They live in a completely different universe than the rest of us, and their lives revolve around YouTube and the opinions of strangers.
Can't relate.
Lucia, the incessant lying has to be a sign of something. Oh yeah, for sure. And I think they've been doing it since they were kids. So I mean, to them, they don't even think about it. It's just second nature to them to lie. Raccoon Man, you can't blame her father for abandoning her because he realized it was hopeless to try to raise her. Raccoon Man, I have a different opinion of that. I don't think it's a child's fault. I would definitely never put the blame on a kid for a relationship not working out. I think it's more so people have said that he was an alcoholic. The mom basically tried to trap him with the pregnancy. So, and both the parents were both very young. So I don't put the fault on Foodie for that at all. She was just a kid. Rebecca, yes, Lucia, the lying, yes, without related to Duper's delight and the smiles without emotion. Mm-hmm. Yep. Peta, narcissistic tendencies, 100%. But Amber's not a narcissist. I've met narcissists. I'm not one of them. I feel bad. She's so fucking stupid. I can't stand her.
Squish together, then you have to oh man, you see in my video, I usually try my best to walk as much as I can in the airports.
Yes, Peta.
Because I don't get a lot of exercise in life.
You don't say.
Depends
you
how
don't
I'm
get a lot of
feeling.
exercise, Foodie.
Physically,
hard to tell. As you're sitting here looking big as ever.
At the time and how far it is. Well, we must have been dropped off at the other end of the world. At the other end of the airport. We had to go to baggage claim, right? Like the immigration and baggage claim. So I'm like thinking, it can't be that far. Walking for about 10 minutes. No end in sight. I just noticed, I look up, it says baggage claim, 18 minutes away. And I was like, oh, I was sweaty. I'm like, oh, no way. So I see a cart pulled over and I said,
an 18-minute walk? You might as well just give her a death sentence. My question is, why doesn't she just get a wheelchair at this point? If she's so incapable of just doing the most basic things that's required of traveling, why not just get yourself a full-on wheelchair? I mean, you can call these places, the airports beforehand and say, hey, I have special requirements. I'm going to need assistance. Or a freaking scooter. You can travel with a scooter. So if you're that incapable, then quit complaining and just make arrangements for yourself. If you've truly resigned yourself to this life, then just embrace it. Quit quit hitting yourself. Quit being like, uh, uh, I better try to flag someone down and see if they can get a cart. Like, God.
Am I able to get a ride to, it's still so far away. And sure enough, and another guy saw me doing that and he came along and he looked physically in shape. But sometimes when you're tired from traveling and you have such a hike, so I get through.
No, we don't know, Foodie. Most of us haven't eaten ourselves into a place where we can't do the most basic of things, including walking.
Go to exchange some American money into Qatari riyals. Go get a taxi. Get to the hotel. Crash out on the bed, just like it was so cold in here when I got in here. The first time staying in AC in like a month, but it was an experience. As stressful as traveling can be, especially airports, after a little while I get that itch, like I really crave to be on a plane, to travel, and but this trip was mostly, I don't know, I'm going to try to do some sightseeing, but the purpose of this trip was mostly just to rest, go somewhere to rest.
Mitch, we know you're going to seal in a hotel room the entire time and eat. Like, you've been doing that since you went to Cuba. So why are you even saying this? Cuba, Thailand, Kuwait for that matter. You've literally never done anything you didn't have to do, and you've basically sat in a hotel room.
Because walking is hard, and God forbid the temperature in her surrounding area be more than 65 degrees. So,
and catch up on my rest and avoid
Yes.
complete heat
She needs
exhaustion
rest.
over a
She's
prolonged
been
period
so
where
active.
I'm just like super exhausted from just being super sweaty every day and in the heat
Alive?
and just never
You're exhausted from being alive? Yeah, we know.
properly cooling off. Hopefully it'll start to get a bit cooler. The summer will be weaning off soon into fall. We'll see. And yeah. And by the time I get home, the place should be finished. Salah is updating me every day with what he's doing. He's working hard at, just installing things that need to be done in the house and making sure we can live there basically, me, him, and Juice. So he's not even staying there right now. So, I don't want to be in the way and I don't want to just be left somewhere.
Damn, is this place she's describing in one of those torn out freaking buildings she showed us that are like collapsing on itself? Like, she's acting like this house is like completely gutted with like nothing. And maybe it is. Maybe it is. I mean, where she was living before had the very, very basics, but I don't think we need to see any more from this idiot. She, like Rebecca's saying, she's speaking, but there's not really any information that matters coming out of her mouth. So we're hitting 2 hours. So I think that might do it. I think we did a lot tonight. We got finally caught up with Chantal. I'm going to try to be making more actual videos here coming up instead of doing just live streams. But I so enjoyed doing these just from the live interactions, being able to talk to you guys. So I thank you all so much for being here. I want to thank M. Johnson again for the gifted membership, Bone Daddy for the super sticker. Thank you guys all so much. I hope everybody has an amazing weekend. Get out there, do some shit you want to do. Let's live our lives. Let's show these heifers that we're definitely not jealous of their shitty ass lives. So again, everybody, thank you all so much for being here, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.